Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and as always,
Teflon John.
Tef Leezy Fosheezy in the heezy ya beezy. Dude, is it too late to the party?
Today it wasn't. It wasn't.
It
You have plenty of time. Plenty of time today.
Plenty of time. And for those people who are chasing the marijuana stocks, don't get high off your own supply. Take profit as much as you can. Just don't get greedy. But we're here if you guys need any help. Congratulations on those wins. On today's episode, we took a lot of questions from our people. What else did we talk about?
We talked about our plays of the week. We answered lots of great questions. So tune in.
We did get a good spanking today, but we are holding strong. These diamond hands weren't built overnight. You know, pressure makes diamonds, and we're pressured. So here we go. Oh, that came out. That's a new one. I like that. That's a new one. Also, the person who won our raffle, our giveaway on our last episode didn't claim their prize, so we did choose a new winner, and you guys will have to watch the episode to find out who the new winner is, and they have 48 hours to claim their prize. But, you know, with that being said, subscribe to the channel below, hit the post notification bell so you guys get a nice ding, ding, ding every time a new episode comes up. A preemptive thumbs up is definitely helpful, and as always, comments are helpful. Comments are always welcome. Thank you guys very much for letting us invade your space on this wonderful Wednesday night. But with that being said, let's catch you guys on the episode.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and as always,
What up, daddies? Teflon John in the building.
Tef Leezy Fosheezy in the heezy fo ya beezy. Dude, let's just say that I'm not having a chill time, yo.
What are you talking about? I got smacked today.
I know, that's why we're not having a chill time, because we both got spizzinged.
Well, you got to understand both of our positions. I mean, both of our portfolios are like somewhat identical. Oh, we both got slapped left and right.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, because we were comparing P&Ls earlier,
Yeah.
I texted you, dude, I'm down this much, and you're like, dude, I'm down the same exact much. I didn't put two and two together that we have the same exact position.
Yeah. Here, let me break it down. So, yes, today my account went down, I think about 7%.
Yep.
7%. It was about seven grand, almost $8. The reason being is that Tesla continues to take a dump. Neo somewhat, took a dump with it because Tesla's, bad news was all about, China's regulations and how they have to abide the law and all that.
There was another hit piece.
There was. Whatever. I'm still a believer.
Yeah, no, definitely. EV forever.
And then
forever.
Palantir took a crap today as well.
Mm-hmm.
What else took a crap today?
What? Let me take
a Disney. Disney's good. The mouse will pay tomorrow.
Yeah, the mouse is always right. What else took a dump today?
That was it. That's my biggest position. Palantir,
Yeah.
Neo, Tesla, and
Palantir, Neo, Tesla, Apple took a little bit of a dive today.
Yeah, that's all right. It wasn't that bad.
But Apple is Apple. I think Apple's been moving really funny lately as to it hasn't seemed like it seems like it hasn't escaped that level of consolidation that we've been seeing ever since the split.
Yeah.
Right? It's been up and down, left and right. Nobody's making money on Apple. Like, nobody.
Yeah.
No, everybody's just straight flat on Apple. So if you are holding on to Apple, I hope you have long expirations on those calls that you have. This is why we really, if you're a firm believer in the stock and you have a very positive outlook, we definitely do advise and suggest that you get like calls that are like a year out, because you never know.
I'm down 4,500 on Tesla.
I'm down 4,900 on Tesla. Bro, bro. But you know what spiked today?
Weed stocks?
Yeah. Besides weed stocks, the Mary Jane sector. For those who, congratulations, by the way, to the people holding marijuana stocks, because that is talk about diamond hands.
Yeah.
Talk about diamond hands, and I applaud everybody, especially the people on the Discord who are talking about their gains on marijuana stocks. You guys, that's so amazing. Congratulations to you guys. And I do think that the sector overall, I'm still bullish on the sector overall for another 2 years, because right now we're seeing, in my opinion, these are unrealized profits until full legalization, if it ever happens. You know what I mean? Okay. And once it does, we're going to see, like in San Francisco, dude, there's a weed store in every corner.
Of course.
Right? You could get weed delivered to your house.
Yeah.
Amazing things. You just get weed delivered everywhere.
By some guy riding a bike.
By some dude riding a bike. I'm pretty sure he was high too, because let's just be real. But to get that delivered to your house in different forms and fashions, you get weed cookies delivered, bro, in the safest of manner. As I said before in the podcast, I do, however, miss buying marijuana in the backseat of a car in the seediest of ways.
Behind 7-Eleven.
Behind 7-Eleven. You know, the shadiest drug deals. I mean, marijuana is not a drug; it's a plant. The shadiest marijuana deals happen in the back of a car with people you don't know. But that's the best weed, in my opinion. That's the best weed. Illegal weed is still the best weed. But congratulations to those people who are bag holding marijuana stocks. You guys are up. I'm talking about up. People are making money off of marijuana right now, without even dealing. Imagine that, making money off of marijuana without actually
legally
dealing marijuana.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's what a time to be alive. But other than that, dude, we thought we were in for a good day, and here comes Tesla, just being Tesla. 4% down. We're getting smacked 5%. Left and right.
It was 5%.
Oh, 5% down, smacked left and right. Our calls just faded away. I got lucky enough to actually do some covered calls on my position, so that I collected some premium up front. But other than that, I think it's one of those days where we're just gonna have to wait and see and keep. I have cash, so when the time arises, I will definitely be adding to my positions just to average down. And guess what else I averaged down?
Go ahead.
For anybody who's still holding AMC, we did see a spike.
What did I tell you? I told you it was going to bounce off support and it's going to hit the ceiling. Didn't I say 660?
Yeah, you did it to a T. To a T, you
to
did.
A T.
To a T. To a T, you hit 660. But hear me out. I still feel that there's more. So what I did, guys, is my original price on AMC calls were $2.70. I myself added 15 more calls at the going rate of 39 cents. Now my average price is roughly around 55 cents. So I think I'm okay.
You know, it's cheap for a reason.
I know it's cheap for a reason. But what if it goes up like this, John?
Then we're giving away the TD Stimmy.
The TD Stimmy. And then we're going to start applying for Jeff Bezos' spit shiner for his baldy head. Which, I had a dream about that the other day, by the way.
Uh-huh.
I did have a dream that Jeff Bezos was on speed dial for one of us. And all we really need to do is go over to his house and just give him a little Mr. Clean buff. You know what I mean?
Does he tip?
Yeah. All right. So I may be wrong, and this may be an overgeneralization of rich people, but I feel like rich people, like when they tip, they give you like life advice that you didn't ask for.
That is so true.
You know what I mean?
Stay in school.
Right? Like stay in school. Remember, like a couple years ago, there was this trend where you would write down a tip on a restaurant bill.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the funniest ones were tipping in my J's or tipping on fofos.
Wow. Talking about 2007.
And then there was the best one was tip drill Here comes
Oh
my
my
drill. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's how we are rolling for the next couple of days. Nothing too exciting. One thing that I did do that's exciting is I did play some puts on Uber, and Uber is dumping because I really don't believe in the company. Ever since I used to be an Uber driver, by the way, I used to be an Uber driver, and I hated the platform. I hated driving for Uber. There was like, it wasn't the best thing. So when I switched over to Lyft, I like Lyft.
We
I
gotta
like
talk
driving for Lyft.
about we gotta talk about taxi cab confessions.
Taxi cab confessions, dude.
Those are always nice.
I used to sneak watch Taxi Cab Confessions as a kid.
Those are always nice, bro.
Those are always nice, right? And you
No.
never really understood what they talked about. Nobody ever understood. Like I was like what? I was like 10 or 11. Taxi Cab Confessions would come on, and
Yep.
it's like the seediest time of night too, like 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
10:30. Jesus, I remember Taxi Cab Confessions. What is the craziest thing you've heard on Taxi Cab Confessions?
Oh God, like, guys cheating on their wives, you know.
Live, like with the girl they're cheating with
Yeah.
in the cab.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crazy. Dude got balls, man. All in.
All in. By the way, shout out to a couple of our Discord members who are killing it right now. Actually, three of them killing it right now. Shout out to Paco. Shout out to Saga. You guys are definitely smashing the gains.
Kevin.
Good for you guys, huh?
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin too. Yeah, I mean, Kevin's been smashing gains. Kevin's been up there.
Oh, he's been smashing. That's why he got a kid now on the way.
Kevin, stay on Smash, right? Shout out to Kev. You guys remember Kevin from one of our first few episodes. He did guest with us. We'd love to have him back on pretty soon. But let's get into some Q&A. We asked some questions from our listeners on Instagram, and
We actually have a lot. I mean, we have a short episode, but we have a lot of Q&As. But we might roll this over Saturday. So
Saturday, yeah.
if you think that we missed your questions, don't worry. We got your Saturday.
Yes, definitely. So, want to go ahead, John?
All right. So first one, D. I want to shout out. I think it's Tilted Stacks. He mentioned that. You mentioned that you taught yourself how to trade in previous episodes. Wasn't that hard to learn by yourself, or did you have a mentor to look up to? Shouldn't every trader have someone to guide them towards success? You can't teach yourself something you don't know. There you go. So that is the general question: is how did you learn trading? How to trade? Me. Man, it took me years to finally figure this out, and I'm still, a student of the game, and I'm still learning to this day. I started trading back in 2011, 2010, with my partner in crime then was, Gabe, and he still is. He's in the chat room. I text him every day, and I remember our very first trade. Him and we traded Arena Pharmaceuticals. When it shot up from like $7 to like $13, and we were like, "Oh my God! Like this stuff is easy!" Like from then on, I realized that I can do this. And tens of thousands of dollars later, that's right, you heard it, tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, 10 years later, whatever. I finally am getting the hang of it. It's self-taught, yeah. But if you guys want to cut the learning curve, I highly suggest don't pay for a damn chat room where they charge you 1, 2, 3. The most I saw was $500 a month, which was insane. Like,
wait, you're telling me there's a chat room for $500 a month?
yeah, and they claim that they'll make you thousands, right? And I'm like, oh, come on, that's BS,
God.
bro. Like a lot of people have already been showing that they're making money over here, and our chat room's free. Stupid. But anyways. Yes, it takes time to learn how to trade and invest. Investing is a whole different, game, I would say. But when it comes to trading, yes, it's hard. You got to put in the effort, the time, and yes, please, work with someone else or work with a group.
Hmm.
Because trust me, trading is so lonely, so lonely.
It is the least glamorous thing in the world. Like you
It
think,
is. Yep.
like when you see people like on Instagram or on social media like trading on a beach, that's not real.
That's not real. That's
That's not
bullshit.
real,
First
dude.
of all, you don't have internet
You
connection.
don't have internet. No, you
Unless
don't.
unless you have fucking satellite in your backpack.
Yeah, no, you don't. Like you, no, you don't.
That's not real.
Like one of
Um,
these guys. Remember this guy? This guy goes, "I just closed a $2,000 trade while watching the ocean beach." Shut
and
the
it's
fuck
a
up.
green screen.
It's just a green screen. No,
Yeah, I mean,
nobody trades on the beach because you have to have that kind of focus watching the charts, especially if you're scalping or day trading. You can't look away. There's no way for you to look away.
yeah,
So trade with a group.
yep.
If you're asking yourself like, what do you use to find picks? Trade with a group.
Trade with a group.
With a group.
Whatever you guys are doing right now in the chat room, it's gonna work. I mean, it's been
Hmm.
working for a lot of people. I would say a third of you guys have already been making money. Two-thirds of you guys are just watching, and we're gonna talk about that too Saturday. But anyway, so D Tilted Stacks. To answer your question, dude, a lot of YouTube, a lot of reading books, a lot of like monitor watching, just looking at your screens, looking at charts. It'll take time. It'll take time for you to actually learn this stuff. It doesn't come, by tomorrow.
No.
And then also, I just wanted to shout him out. He did add this. He was super thankful for the show and for the chat room. He did say this. I asked permission if I can shout him out on this one and actually say what he mentioned to me. He said, quote unquote, John, I was one of those people that always thought that the stock market was only for the rich.
Mm.
See, that's what we're doing here. We're trying to break barriers because we want the stock market, the financial stock market, to be accessible for everyone. It shouldn't be intimidating.
Mm.
Okay, when I talk stocks to like people, they're like, you must be stuck up, first of all. Like you must have millions of dollars.
Mm-mm.
Like it doesn't have to be that way, right? Like the stock market can be, accessible for everyone. It should be for everyone.
Yeah.
Investing should be for everyone.
Hmm.
It's not that complicated. I mean,
No.
come on now. Come on now.
No. The goal is to break down the walls and break down the barriers of Wall Street. We look at Wall Street as this Wall Street, right? We look at it as this huge imaginary wall that you can't penetrate, and you start thinking like, oh, I need millions of dollars to play the stock market. I need licensing to play the stock market. I need this. I need that. I need education. I need a college degree. You don't. You don't.
Nope.
All you really need to do to play the stock market is to have
Common sense.
say that again. What did you say?
Common sense.
Common sense, exactly. Common sense, right? A willingness to learn,
Yep.
and a willingness to put in the work, because it's not easy. Finding the next stock that's going to pop 10% is the hardest thing to do, right? And it's not even instantaneous. The money that is made to get to that point is done on the back end in the research, and it takes about 2 to 3 days before a play actually becomes fruitful. So thanks for that comment, because it is one of those things that we really strive to do on this show, is to give you guys the necessary tools and the motivation to take that next step, right? It doesn't matter if you're just gonna play, if you're gonna put some money in a stock and watch it grow. It doesn't matter if you're gonna day trade. It doesn't matter if you're more of a swing trader. All we really want you guys to do is start building generational wealth.
Yep.
Things that we were not taught in school. The public school system has failed us drastically,
Yeah.
right? The best advice they ever gave us was, hey, do your taxes and balance the checkbook. To this day, I don't know how to balance a checkbook. That's done electronically.
I still don't know how to do my taxes. I got someone else to do it.
You know what I mean? So, what we really like to do is to show you guys that this is not that. I mean, it's hard, But at the same time, as long as you have that basic knowledge and
It's
the
doable.
willingness to learn, it's so doable.
Yep.
It's
So
so
yeah,
doable.
so we're getting all these, new members, new folks that are coming in from different backgrounds, different friends. Um, if you're new to the show, don't give up. Start digging and start doing some research about how to open a brokerage account. What are stocks? What are equities? What are shares? Just start reading. It starts with starting. There you go. I had to stutter. It starts with starting, right?
Yeah.
Just do it. Moving on to the next question.
Yeah. Oh, just to piggyback on that question. Sorry, I didn't want to. I know we had to move on, but in terms of having a mentor, yes, it's very important for you to have a mentor, right? And luckily, I have John as my mentor, and he's been with me throughout this entire journey, and I can't really thank him enough for bringing me on. But look at us as the potential mentors for you, or look at the chat room as like a mentor room, right? Not everybody has all the answers, but if you want to join the group and ask questions here and there, I'm pretty damn sure that everybody that's in our group chat right now is more than willing enough to help.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because if someone drops a question, someone would automatically like pick up the answer and just shoot it out to you. And that's the best part. If you're working with a group, if you're confused, someone's going to pick you up. If you're on the floor, someone's going to pick you up. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Like we're not well versed in crypto. I'm not well versed in marijuana stocks. Somebody asked a question yesterday on marijuana stocks. I said, I don't know much about the marijuana sector. I do think that they're going to pop in the next 2 years, but I gave them the technical analysis that we look at in terms of the charting, and gave them my answer in my own way. And I'm pretty sure somebody would reach out to that person and say, hey, this is what I think about the marijuana stocks. And everybody has a good opinion. So definitely try it out.
A little add-on for the crypto section. Shout out to Bones for somewhat leading the
charge,
the discussion. Okay, the discussion. Okay, the conversations. Thank you for leading the conversations. If you're somewhere in Washington listening to us, just let me know. Move on.
Yeah.
All right. I got another question from Peach. Okay. How do you search and filter stocks that you're going to play? Good answer. Great question.
Very good question. Very good question. TD Ameritrade actually has a screener.
Yeah.
So if you, I'm pretty sure that all brokerages have screeners. What I primarily use is I use the TD Ameritrade screener. I set my parameters to companies that are worth $1 billion plus.
Yeah.
Companies that are under 50 for the relative strength index, and companies that are over 70 for the relative strength index. And I look and pick and choose. I cherry pick the companies that I want to do, and I do my research based off of that.
Perfect.
And if you guys want a tutorial, I think we should be able to do a tutorial pretty soon to show you guys what we use for screening.
She also added, what do you look for in a stock, and how do you determine if it's a good buy?
Ooh, you want to take that one?
Yeah. So when I look at a stock, to add on to Nico's input, yes, I do look for anything above $1 billion. It's because it took me years to get away from the lower cap stocks, meaning the penny stocks, the micro caps, because of the volatility. At that time I couldn't watch the screen, and I couldn't really just get in or out whenever it's possible. But at that time, when I had a 9 to 5, I couldn't really watch the screen pretty much all day, right? So when I would turn on my phone, I'm like, oh crap, I'm already down 50%, from this penny stock or whatever. So it took me years to move on. So I set my my parameters to like at least $1 billion for a stock or a company. Okay. What do I look for? I look for companies that first, number one rule is, have I heard of them? If I've never heard of that company, I wouldn't even touch it. But if someone pitches me a stock, yes, I would dig deeper. I would start reading. I would start looking at, articles about that certain company. Then maybe I'll get into it. That's why on the Discord channel, you guys would never hear me say, "Oh, look at this, one company, out of the boonies." I would never pitch a stock that's no one's heard of, right? How do you determine if it's a good buy? General rule. There's so many rules for me personally. How to determine if it's a good buy? First of all, I use certain indicators. When it comes to indicators, you don't really rely on them, but you use them for validation. Okay, meaning I'm going to repeat that again. You don't rely on them. Okay, but you use them for validation, meaning you use them to check your work. Okay. So when I say you don't rely on them, you can't just say, oh, it's because, the RSI is like at 30. That means it's going to bounce. No, not really. Because there's majority of the times that, stocks are oversold and they continue to be oversold. They continue to dip. Okay. And there's so many like other indicators that will help you. And that's the thing, though. That's the key word, help you. But you don't really rely on them. Okay. It's up to you. There's so many, judgment and things to look for when you determine if it's a good buy or not. So going back to answer your question, the good indicators that I always use would be RSI, which is the relative strength index. I also use what's called the MACD, moving average convergence divergence, and I also use the EMAs, the exponential moving averages. Okay. And I use the 9, the 20, and the 50 when it comes to these the moving averages. So when it comes to determining if it's a good buy, all of these have to align, or else I won't even look at it. And for us, we're gonna do a screen share someday, out in the future, because we're gonna revisit this, because this is like the number one question that we always hear. Like, what's a good buy right now? How do you look for a stock that's a good buy? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just pretty much somewhat answered your question there. So,
and not everything that you see on Wall Street Bets is a good buy.
Let's
get away from that.
Mm-hmm.
let's get away from the meme stocks. Fundamentally, they're meme stocks because they're meme stocks. There's a reason, right? And if you're hearing about the meme stocks now, that means that it's already ran.
Yep.
That's already done.
Yep.
Right, and you're chasing it now. One thing that John's taught me is don't chase the runners. Look for a different opportunity.
Yeah, there's always going to be play.
There's always another play.
There's like tens and thousands of stocks out there. You don't have to chase one.
Nope.
Same with girls. Same with girls.
Yeah. Well, no. Hold on one second. No, there's only one.
Oh, that's right. We're married. I'm sorry. Well, for the one, married, yeah. There's tens and thousands, millions of girls out there. You don't have to chase one.
There's one. There's only one. Yeah. There's only one.
Stop chasing the one. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's so bad. That's so bad. We're trading daddies. We're not trading ladies.
No, we're not.
Anyways, go ahead.
So as far as what we use to trade, I trade the same way John does. What he sees, I've looked at enough charts to see what he sees. So when he sends me a chart, I know exactly what we're both looking at. And he'll find certain plays that have more value, and I'll find certain plays that have more value on my end. It's not always aligned because he has different belief systems than I do in certain fundamentals about certain stocks. But more often than not, if we look at a stock and sometimes we'll text each other, I'll send him a chart and he'll be like, dude, I'm just looking at the same exact one.
Yeah.
It's very funny how that kind of works out most of the time. But we'd love to show you guys exactly how we do it. And show you guys what we look for. Not every day's rosy. Just remember that. Not every day's a hit. But we've been on a tear on our personal portfolios in this year alone because of how we've been trading.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah, today's one of those. Today's a fluke.
Moving on to Rob 100 Buck. Okay. Best dividend stocks to hold long. Okay.
Ooh,
That's
can we call Gabe for this one?
hold on, I got him on speed dial. So this is a very it's a blanket statement, blanket question. Okay, because it really depends on what you believe in. So, for example, if you believe in, I don't know, EVs, or if you believe in oil, Exxon pays 7%. It's actually pretty high. Okay, but look at their stock though; it's coming down.
Yeah.
So that payout percentage, it's gonna grow. It's probably gonna reach like 8-10%. By the end of the year. Really, it's up to you on what you believe in. Me personally, in my portfolio, I have a bunch of rates, real estate investment trusts. Okay, majority of them pay out 8 to 10%. Yes, they are high. You don't want to put majority of your funds in there because if it's high, it's too good to be true, right? So I only have a few thousands in there, but I also have pharmaceuticals because I hate pharmaceutical companies, but they make money. Okay, they sell drugs, in and out. All right, one of them's GlaxoSmithKline, GSK. If you look at your favorite pills produced by GSK, if you take the blue pill, Pfizer pays I think 4%. And Pfizer's one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world, right? I also have Gilead, GILD pays 4.25%, I think. They just raised their dividend payout, this last quarter. But yeah, to answer your question, it's completely up to you. All right. Apple pays a dividend. Microsoft pays a dividend.
Comcast.
I have Comcast too. Comcast is nice. I have Walmart. I have Costco. Those are retail, and yours is communications. Different sectors, right? So I can't really answer what's the best dividend stocks, but it's completely up to you.
And there's ways for you to stack or stagger your dividend payout. Some people will collect a dividend every other month.
Yeah.
Some people will stagger will find positions where they'll just hold on to these companies and they'll pay them every other month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it really depends on what you feel that you want to include in your portfolio. I mean, most of the companies that do pay a dividend are slow movers. They're slow movers. They don't really move price as much as the hyper growth stocks that we're trading in and out of, because they're well established companies. These are companies that, in order for a company to pay you a dividend, they need to be established.
Yep, that's very true.
They need to have a long track record in order for them to afford to pay shareholders a dividend. So if you're a dividend investor, don't expect it to move your portfolio a whole hell of a lot. The main reason why you have a dividend portfolio is to collect the dividends
for long term.
So
stick to the plan.
People live off of these dividends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some people live off of dividends. It's crazy, right? But I mean, we're assuming that you're asking this question at the infancy of your investing career. At the start of your investing career, just know that when you guys do have when you guys invest in dividend accounts, make sure that you are aware that these move fairly slow.
I have I don't know if this is a real question. I got two. Okay. Mars got beats. How long did it take you to become a trading daddy?
Oh, 3 months.
Wait, what?
So this is the story behind this. So I reached out to John in...
Oh, okay. Last year. Yeah.
Last year in May.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a pandemic.
I remember that. Tell me exactly, how'd you reach out? I don't remember. Was it a DM?
It was a DM.
Okay.
I was like, it was in the middle of May. I was like, hey, I know that you're trading. I was wondering if I can pay you to teach me how, because I was in the middle. It was in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
I was unsure as to what's going to happen with my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And if in the event that we did get furloughed, I
Yeah.
wanted to be able to try to do something
Yep.
besides collecting unemployment.
Yep.
So I reached out to John. I'm like, John, I know you've been trading for a while, right? How do you do it? And would you be willing to teach me if I paid you?
Yeah.
John goes, no, you don't need to pay me.
Yeah.
You just need to learn, right? You need to learn. And then a couple of weeks later, he hits me with the, hey, I remember you doing stand-up. How do you feel about doing like a show? I'm like, what do you mean? Like a stand-up show? I'm like, no, like a financial show. I mean, you're pretty funny. I'm not funny. I'm not funny. Not at all. And then he goes, yeah, like a show to talk about trading. And I'm like, a podcast? He was like, yeah, like a podcast. I'm like, that sounds good. To be honest with you, I tried doing a podcast a couple years ago. I called it the In My Car podcast. The premise was me driving around the Bay Area because my job required me to drive from store to store. So I would have long hourly drives to get to my locations, and I would be sitting in the car listening to the podcast anyways. And, you know, I would record myself. And for some technical reasons, it just didn't work out. And then I got my gig right now, so I ended up not having that time frame. But he goes, if you were gonna create a podcast about trading, what would you call it?
Yeah.
And I go, I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot. It was the John and Nico show. Right?
Yeah.
That didn't have anything to do with trading. So
I remember. That's right.
right? We needed to do something with trading. And then and I go trading. John, we're both dads. We're both dads. And he goes, trading. And he goes, like, trading dads? I'm like, no, dude.
That's
kinky. Further.
That's kinky.
Daddies. And he goes, that sounds very kinky. I'm like, yes. Yes.
I mean,
exactly.
You are from San Francisco, I mean.
So I'm sure that the words trading daddies has been searched on Google one too many times, and I'm pretty sure that stuff you didn't want to see probably popped up on that search bar.
And it wasn't us.
And it wasn't us. So that's how we became trading daddies. But again, we stress this a lot. You don't need to be a dad to become a trading daddy. You just need to trade.
Exactly. You don't need a kid. You don't need to have a kid to be called a trading daddy. Shit, I was called a daddy before, I had kids.
I was never called daddy. Also, that would be weird. Like, if your significant other called you daddy, red flag. Red flag, easy.
All right.
Red flag. If you had a dog together, I would have accepted Papa.
Okay.
If you had a dog together, but dad, I don't know. To me, that's just weird. To me, that's weird.
All right. Very last question before we head out here. Ricky Medina.
What's up, son?
All right. You guys are both on in Uber right now.
Yeah. What's up, son? Congratulations on Uber, my guy.
I know. Put City. All right. His question was, how many daddies are trading daddies if trading daddies really traded daddies?
Wait, there's so much to unpack there.
I don't know. But
ask that question one more time. How many
it's
daddies?
like a tongue twister. How many daddies are trading daddies if trading daddies really traded daddies?
So like a caravan of fathers?
I mean, let's see. Hold on. How many? I just want to let everyone know we have a total of 163 people in the chat room.
163 people, and these are not just all dudes. There's some people of the fair sex.
20%. Yeah, 20%. Are female. We have a lot of dating ladies as well.
Great. How many? Damn, that's a lot to unpack.
Just send him a message.
I'm gonna have like. God damn it, Ricky! Now you got me thinking.
What are your plays, bro?
For me, I'm waiting for a recovery here, my guy.
I know.
I'm waiting for a recovery. I am actually hoping that Uber tanks a little bit more. My price target for Uber is roughly around the 58s. Technically, the chart was overextended to begin with coming into earnings, and that was due for a dip.
Nice.
Shout out to Ricky for actually pointing that out to me and showing me that he was looking at Uber as a short. I looked at the technicals of the chart. First and foremost, I don't like Uber. They're a shitty company to me. Secondly, it was way too extended for no reason. So it was just natural selection. It was just going to dip no matter what. So I'm thinking of taking those profits and adding to my Tesla call. I'm tripling down, my guy. And
that's hard, man. That's hard.
I know it's difficult.
I
know it's difficult, but I have a feeling that we're one green day away from hitting 950.
Right now, we're just licking our wounds, but I do see 925 at least.
Yeah, I feel like a cat. Like,
yeah.
I feel like a cat. I definitely feel like a cat. What about you?
So I'm in Palantir, PLTR. I'm in Apple. I'm in a lot of things. Neo. These are my bigger positions. Okay. Palantir, Neo. I'm in Tesla. Obviously, I have a 25 share. No, actually, I have 40 shares.
Okay, my bad, Thug Life.
I have 40 shares and one call. Man, the shares I can hold on to like forever, whatever. It's the call that's killing me right now.
It's not easy to stomach. It hurts.
Man, don't you just miss playing Tesla? It's just the thrill.
The thrill. And it's not for the faint of heart. It definitely is paralyzing to see that kind of a loss. But remember what we talked about in the last episode, loss aversion. It is not really a loss until you exit at a loss. If that's why we advise you guys to give yourself some time, especially when you're playing the options market, 30 days, 45 days out to let your plays mature so that you have that kind of flexibility in order for you to add, trim, so that your overall outcome is income.
Didn't Drake?
I'm gonna write that down. That's actually nice. We just came up with something.
Drake said that. Anyways,
Drizzy said that. The almighty Driz.
I'm also. This is my play of the week actually. Okay, we haven't done one of these in a while. The mouse.
The mouse.
Okay, Disney. Ticker symbol DIS. Okay, so tomorrow they were going to report earnings. The past 3 quarters, the past 3 earnings, they've always shot up 5%. There's no guarantee that past performances, will repeat, future performances, whatever. I'm just bullish on Disney because, California's trying to reopen theme parks. Overall, I think they're going to have a great year. Eventually, that's a key word. Eventually, theme parks are going to be opened. Hotels are going to be reopened. Their cruise lines are going to be open. Theaters, AMC, theaters will be opening again because Disney controls a lot of movies per se. I'm sorry, movies. They own Marvel. They own news networks. They're just so big, and they're going to continue to dominate and take market share from Netflix.
True.
Okay.
That's so very true.
I do own. I have 100 shares for Disney. Plus, I have. I think I have 4 calls. For
the boat.
Huh?
The boat. The whole boat.
Bro, like the whole cruise line. Yes.
Yeah. You have a Steamboat Willie situation going on.
I mean, dude, a lot of people are in the chat room are riding Disney.
We're riding Disney. Shout out to Tony. Tony's deep in Disney.
Yep. I mean, the mouse, bro. You can't go wrong with the mouse. You can't bet against the mouse.
I'm just way too tapped out. I can't. I don't want to spend anymore. I have cash. I just don't want to spend it. But with that being said, we actually have a little bit more show for you guys because the person that we chose for the mentorship did not respond in time. So
I got so many things to say about that.
I know.
Sucks.
I know. But here we go again, guys. We are drawing another name from the wheel. The wheel never changed. I just took out that person's name.
It's so funny because let me butt in real quick. It's so funny because the cousin reached out to us and said, "I'm not going to reach out to her because I want to redraw.
I want to win."
Shout out to you, my boy. I do want to redraw.
World out here. It's a cold world out here. It's a cold world out here. So let's do this. I'm gonna screen share real quick.
It's a dog eat dog, bro.
It's a dog eat dog.
I'll take it.
Right. So let's get this going. Here we go.
J Spees, bust down investments. Sorry that you're not.
So close, but no cigar. Papa Germs. Congratulations, Papa Germs. You just won a mentorship from the Trading Daddies. You have 48 hours from the time that this video drops to claim your prize. You have to watch the episode in order for you to claim your prize. Cool? But with that being said, follow us on Instagram at Trading Daddies. Follow me at Trading Poppy. Follow John at John C Trades. TradingDaddies.com for all the cool merch. We are still having a sale. Robinhood sucks for 15% off. If there's anything else, my guy?
No.
No?
Good.
No? Let's get trading.